Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now. Hello, welcome to this new episode of HumanityWins.net, and we have my very good friend Tony on the show again. Always a pleasure, always an honor to have you, Tony, again. And thank you for being here.
Thank you, Alex. Good to be back. Yeah, had a little break and come back. Thanks.
Yes, you are the star of the show, so we had to give you a little break after the last time, which was a weird show, and yes, we all have, and we were sharing privately that there's something going on, I think, and sometimes I think reality gets the best of us, and we have good days and bad days. That's perfectly understandable. So, Tony, we're discussing about human relationships. Let's call this show Human Relationships, how we relate to each other, how we're humans, and I think that means that's going to sound a little bit bad, but we're part animals. So that's why there's a reflection out there with the animal world of how we behave in relationship-wise. And so I don't know if you want to start with something to that, how we humans make relationships, and how this concept we're talking about, that it's very normal and understandable that you are going to disappoint others and others are going to disappoint you. Okay? It works both ways. I haven't met a perfect human being yet. I'm certainly nothing close to that.
I'm definitely not. No.
Yeah, so I think we complain a lot in relationships. And I invite everyone, I suggest. The only thing I can do is invite and suggest. As maybe as an improvement, is don't be so hard on other people, okay? Don't complain about the relationships, because certainly I can assure you, you're probably not perfect. So it works both ways, okay? So if you want to start with that, Tony, I'm sorry.
No, okay. I mean, people do have their own sort of character, their personality, which is unique. No one's like me and anyone else. So we don't understand when we talk to somebody else. They're not like us. They're totally different to us. They're a human being. They've got 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head, but they're unique. So we expect I sometimes sit here and I think, well, that guy should have said this, and he should have said please, or he should apologize, or whatever it was. But he doesn't think like me, and I forget that sometimes. It's not that they're a bad person. It's just that they're oblivious to how I think. They've got their own way of being, and to them that's the best they're at. If they don't know any other way of being, so I'm not always aware of that, or many times I just sit and think, well, they should have, and it's not a matter of should have. It's they don't know, and I don't know as well in reverse. So I need to be aware of. No, that's how they are. Just drop it. Don't cling to it. We can hold on to things too much. We get into a negative mood.
Yes, that's yes, I agree. I want to share a couple of things on that. First of all, I'm going to go out there, but I do believe our creator source, he created this universe, and he had to have some rules. Okay, it's impossible, but the rules are so beautiful and simple, Tony, and they came to me all in one night. I woke up one day and I had the 4 rules in my head, and I said, these are the rules. Someone planted that there. Okay, the rule of no interference, the law of not interference, the law of balance, the law of free will, and the law of karma. Okay. And apparently I've spoken to some people and say there are some others, and karma is not really a law. It's okay, but I see them that way. Okay. And I want to talk specifically about the law of non-interference, because that law is beautiful. Just think about it, because it says you mustn't interfere with anyone or anything. Okay. So your free will is connected to free will. Your free will ends when you start messing with anything, nature, okay. But also it says you must accept all interference that other beings or other things give to you. And if you think about it, it's beautiful because that's for your own benefit only. If you truly accept all interference without messing it, without being harmful to you, you're blessed. You made it. And that's so difficult to do, by the way. Sorry? Go ahead, Tom.
It's like a form of training. You mustn't interfere with other people. You must take take what they're
You
giving
must
you,
take everything that is given to you. Yes.
and it's like you're learning from it. It's teaching you.
You're accepting the quirks, the flaws of this
Yeah.
system. Because this
Right.
system, I think the creator made the universe, gave it free will to everyone, and he knows that eventually, in the future, we're all going to become beautiful, the best version of
Yeah.
us, and we're not going to interfere. We're
Yeah.
going to learn the boundaries, okay?
Sure.
So the second part of the law of non-interference is not going to be needed. You are not going to be need to accept interference because none is going to be
Yeah.
given to you eventually, okay?
Yeah.
But we are not in the perfect part of the universe. We're in the imperfect part.
Yeah.
And so in human relationships, what a beautiful law of saying, don't mess with others. Don't judge others.
Yeah.
Don't belittle others. Don't try to offend others. Offend is very important. You don't offend anyone if they don't
Yeah.
take offense, okay? Don't hurt others. Don't judge others. Don't defraud others, etc. That's all interference, okay? Kill.
Yeah.
Because we make a fuss about killing like it's different. If you abuse someone and you kill someone, you're interfering, okay? Maybe killing is a little bit more, but you're still interfering.
Yes.
And
It's a good law.
it's beautiful law. It's the
Yeah.
basis, I think. That and free will, they're connected because
Yeah.
some people say, I have free will. I want to do whatever I want. Yes,
Right.
until you don't mess with anything or anyone. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
That's it.
it's free will, but it's so for example, I had, and I'll be done very soon. I'll give you like
No, it's cool. Cool.
someone I'm not going to mention, a commenter in Waking the Future.
Mm.
God is awful because he doesn't intervene when children are suffering. Why? Children are suffering because of the evilness and the abuse of the free will and not respect of the law of non-interference of the parties that are abusing their children.
Absolutely.
God
Yeah.
has to respect that. If he goes and intervenes, then suddenly everything crumbles. And he goes and needs to intervene when you are, for example, thinking that you hate someone. He intervenes and he changes that thought. So your free will is gone. And he intervenes when you, so suddenly everything stops. And all the motion of the universe stops to a point because all the motion is based on the respect of the free will with the non-interference. And by the way, those two create the law of balance, which says that we're all equally beautiful, all equally deserving, all equally powerful. We all get a fair chance.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the law of balance, which is kind of a product of these two laws together. And the law of karma, it's too much complication. I mean, it's also related. So basically, I think in human relationships, the best way, the best suggestion is you try to be the best version of you to everyone.
Yeah.
Not only your family and friends, to everyone. You see someone in the street, try your best. Try your best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And if someone messes with you, try your best to accept it. Not be offended, not be sad, not be upset. But we're humans, and that's the whole purpose of this episode. We're humans, and it's so difficult to do.
Yeah. So is it accepting it as if okay, or is it understanding?
I see it as not. Let's say let's make up a situation between you and I. Okay, so we don't mention other people or whatever because it's not the point. Yeah. Let's say, Tony, I make a mistake and I forget we had an appointment and I don't show up and I don't say anything about it. Okay. Yeah. The way I understand the law of non-interference, the second part, is you making your best effort of not being upset about that. Okay. Of course, if I continue being like that with you, and I share this this notion that I was defrauded financially of a former friend, he's no longer my friend.
Yeah.
It's not saying that you become a punching bag, okay? No. Like saying, okay, all the world, I can take all the shots. No. You start choosing. And if you're in a situation, for example, an abusive situation, abusive relationship, it could be in a couple situation, it could be in a friendship, someone that is taking advantage of you, obviously. You can disable that and say, I'm no longer going to relate to this person because he's abusing me. I take it. I'm not going to respond with violence, with offenses, or no, I'm going to accept interference. Also, you're going to make the best effort too. I know it gets very complicated to explain, but you're going to try your best to not have any ill feelings, any irritation, that's why it's even to the system, Tony. Even to the system. Yes, they have been awful to us. That's interference. We have accepted their interference. How can we accept their interference? By not hating them back. By not demanding justice. Doesn't exist. In the laws of the universe, the concept of reparation which is justice, doesn't exist. Why
Yeah.
not? Because it will be so easy. Okay, let me be evil, and I'm gonna repair the damage, and it nullifies. No.
No.
You are evil, you have to understand it, you have to mature it, you have to self-forgive, and then you're gonna clear it. And what's the benefit of all the things that I said? That at the end, if you truly understood it, and if you truly self-forgave yourself, you're not gonna do it anymore.
Yeah.
Ever. So for example, you
Yeah.
kill someone, you understand, you're not gonna go back to the family or whoever you killed and make reparation. No.
Yeah.
No. You have to understand it. That's wrong. That's major interference. Okay. Just think of all the sadness you have created without killing someone. The family,
Yeah.
maybe that person had dependents, that person had friends, all the sadness you have created by
Yeah.
ending a life. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Terrible.
yes, terrible. Just think of all the sadness you have created by abusing someone, for example, sexually
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
by defrauding someone. Okay. All the financial stress and all that. Some people have
Yeah.
killed themselves after
Yeah.
being defrauded. Okay. So imagine that. That's on you, by the
Yeah.
way. You defraud someone, and
Yeah.
that person kills themselves, that's on you.
Yeah.
All that you have created. It's a cascade effect. Okay.
Yeah.
What means that's on you? There are no reparations. It's for you to understand how wrong you were, and you shouldn't defraud anyone ever again. And I'm talking on an eternal life,
Yeah.
not only on this life, because it will be so easy. Okay, so then you are born again in the future and you start over. No, this goes into your memory, okay, and you have to understand.
Yeah.
So I don't want to. Please, Tony. Let me know what you think. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I've got a few things on that. That is, it makes a lot of sense with the law of non-interference and being the opposite. If you have to receive all interference regardless.
Sorry, so just to clarify, yeah, I believe you have to accept, not receive, because receive will be like wanting it. No.
Oh, okay.
If some interference, if you're walking down the street and someone shoots you, so there's no trauma, so that you have to accept it. It's just I was unlucky, okay?
Oh,
if someone, a drunk driver, because we have this concept of justice, which is a human implantation, Tom.
Yeah.
This concept of justice, because justice goes to reparation and goes to suffering. You do something bad, you have to suffer.
Yeah.
No,
but the interference, you have to accept what's coming back at you.
Yes.
Regardless, and that's quite a good teaching method. It's a beautiful, harmonious exchange. Because if you can't interfere with other people, and you do, obviously you're going to get back bad consequences. You call it karma, maybe, but you're going to get people react badly to you.
Mm-hmm.
And then with accepting, it teaches the person receiving or taking it how to balance their self. So, for example, if I'm angry with someone for not paying me a debt, and I lend money to somebody, and they say, "I'll give you it next week," and I say, "Well, it's next week now. Can you money?" "Oh, next week," and it goes on. I've got a choice saying, "Well, I'm going to get angry now," and until I learn to just say, "Okay, let him keep it," wash my hands, and I become I level out, balance. So it's me learning to not hold on to stuff and how to respond, not react.
Learning that not everything, or most of the times, most things are not fair, because fairness, justice, concepts we have to take out. Okay.
Yes.
What you just shared with me is not fair. I agree.
Yeah.
You lend money to someone, that person is giving you the runaround next week.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you say, you know what? Whatever, don't pay me back if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not fair. That's why we have a
Yeah.
justice system, and you can, in most countries, you can sue that person, and you have documents and contracts. Yes.
Yeah.
On a spiritual plane, on a cosmic, eternal existence plane, that's on that person, okay? He has defrauded you. That's on that person to understand he was wrong.
Yeah.
But the way is, that some might see as weakness, is saying, try 2-3 times, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's accepting. I was interfered with, I'm accepting it. Yeah. For me, it happened that, as you're saying, for years trying to get this money.
Yeah.
And then when I got a little bit insisting, that person got really aggressive, and I was very bad for a few hours, thinking horrible things, horrible. I'm not gonna mention them, but horrible.
Yeah.
Then I went to bed, woke up the other day, and I was, you know what? I'm letting this go. But I also didn't have a relationship with that person anymore, because that will be me looking for interference. This person has majorly interfered with you.
Yeah.
Leave it behind.
Yeah.
He goes his way, his or her way, you go your way. Okay. If you keep that relationship, then you are looking for interference, which that's a whole different deal. Okay, that's victimizing yourself. That's we have another word.
Punishment.
Yes, that's you looking for bad things to happen to you. Other things, you have to be smart. If you, for example, start walking the street with your eyes closed in a major road, you're gonna get run over. Oh, they interfere with me. No, you weren't looking for it. Okay. Yes, they did interfere with you, but you were looking for it. So there's a learning there for both parties.
Okay? Yeah. So that's definitely. Yeah, I think people do have a responsibility to use their own energy responsibly, and not just being like a lapdog, a puppy dog. You know, help me. I love you. I'll give you my things. Help. It's like, no, you need a responsibility to say, okay, help them once, maybe twice, 3 times. Stop giving them your help, because you're going to be the person moaning and hurt because you're too irresponsible with your energy. You know, you're giving. It's like we need to become more secure in our own energy and use it wisely. And it's kind of going around trying to make friends with people that we're not really meant to make friends with, or they're not necessarily right for us. But once we learn, that's it. Then it's engage. But if you carry on after you've learned that this person is not my cup of tea, then it's my problem. I'm an idiot. Because I'm continuing after I've learned that this person's keep harming me. So if I continue, it's my own fault. No one else's.
Yes. Yes, it's I agree with you completely. It's in this difficult world of human relationships. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that accepting interference is easy. I have a problem with it every day of my life.
Yeah.
Okay. It's so easy. And I interfere with others, with nature, with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Every day of my life. So I'm still very far away from the concept of the law of not interference, but you can try. And it's for your own benefit. Okay. If you accept interference, if you don't fight it back, again, what's the way to fight it back? Oh, someone did something to me. Yes, it's on them. Okay. Understand this concept. It's not on you, it's on them. You're not the executioner of justice. You're not the judge. And at the end, even God is not the judge, because that will be taking away free will. Free will exists. We're on our own judges. That's it. It's on us. Okay. Whatever I do, it's on me. It's on me to understand it, to forgive myself and say, I'm better now. I'm more mature now. I'm more wise now. So I've grown. It's the only way to grow. These laws I see them as the only way to truly grow. If there is justice, if there is reparations, okay, that's the system. Some say I pay my debt to society. How does that work? People that have been in jail and that. How does that work? Do you really learn anything? Some say that's the concept. For example, I see what people are parole. Okay, that is their sentence is commuted in a shorter sentence. Okay, so they go out and say, "Have you learned something?" Yes, I repented. And 90% of the times it's BS. Okay, it's you know, they want to get out. Okay, so
human system.
We are gonna get to a point, and I see this in humanity's future. Okay, that through being more mature as a civilization and a planet and everything, we're going to be what is called higher levels of consciousness and awareness and frequency and all that. And it gets very new agey, and that's when I disagree. Because, for example, New Age will tell you that if you meditate and if you put crystals on you, how is that changing? How is that not interfering? How is that accepting interference? Just because, no, that's, no. This higher consciousness, this higher version of you is going to come through going through this learning process, through making mistakes, through learning from your mistakes, so you don't do them again. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think I've shared that my wife and I have decided to use this system on our kids. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have never ever. There has never been express punishment. What has been is, do you understand what you have done?
Yeah.
Okay. If you do, don't do it again. And of
That's it.
course, if they do it again, we have to reinforce that.
Yeah.
Okay. But this concept, oh, we're going to take away your cell phone, your car, or you're not going to go out for a month, and we don't believe in that. That
No.
this punishment, suffering system. That okay, so I suffer the consequences, so I stop doing that. You don't kill your neighbor because you are afraid of going to jail, or in some countries be executed, like in the United States, some states. You don't kill your neighbor because you understand that's wrong, and you're a beautiful being, and that's interfering. Okay. And that's an awful act. And you don't abuse your neighbor because of that. And you don't defraud your neighbor because of that. And you don't offend your neighbor because of that. What only thing you can do is you try to help him or her and everyone else in the world and everything in the world, nature, because you are that. You are that beautiful thing. We're all that. Okay. It makes sense to me, or?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Totally. Because what you're saying is kind of, you're taking the power back to yourself as self-control instead of the system controlling you. Now, if I did something wrong, I should say, right, I've done it wrong, I learned from it, and then do better next time. Whereas in this system, I do something wrong, they try to make me do the right thing, which I will resent anyway, or it's not as good as doing it for myself. The system will only attack me from the outside. It never makes me fix myself. So unless I work on myself and learn, you don't abuse people, don't verbally abuse them, attack them, lie, cheat and steal. I need to understand that's wrong, and only then can I change. The system can't change me. It's my job. You know?
Yes, Tony, yes.
It's an inside job.
Yes, yes. You're the only one. That's why others can suggest. The system can suggest. But it's up to you. You are the only one that changes you. Okay. And this concept of justice, for example, I shared many episodes ago this story of a guy that killed 30-something gay men in Chicago in the 1981. A very well-known case. And they show in this documentary, this Netflix documentary.
Yeah. Ramirez. Was it Ramirez?
I don't remember now, but he was in Chicago and he killed a lot of people. He buried them in their house, in his house, something like that. So it was very spooky stuff. Buried all the carcass, corpse there. So, so at the end, the last scenes are, he was, of course, in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, there's the death sentence. So he was sentenced to death, and there's an execution. And it was hundreds of people, not thousands. Justice, shouting, smiling. They probably didn't even know the victims. They were just there for whatever. And so we take alive the system that has taken 33, I think it was 33, something Freemason about it maybe. 33 lives, okay? So how does that work, okay?
No.
I understand we have to limit, if someone is out there with a machine gun taking the world, we have to stop that somehow, okay? That's the problem with immaturity, okay? With the primitive ways, okay? Like someone is out there crazy, and this goes back. Remember when we had the episode on Uday Hussein, that he would snatch girls, and no one in Iraq, no one was putting a stop to him. His father didn't care. He's crazy, whatever. No one was putting a stop. He did awful things for years, okay? So that's the thing. How, as we go through this process of maturity and we all start behaving like we should behave, how do we put a physical stop to all that? That's a rough one. And I don't have an answer for that. So you're gonna be surprised. Maybe you're thinking, you put them in jail. Yes. But again, that concept doesn't exist. There's no jails in the universe in that. It's just there's just a creator that is expecting you to behave in a certain way. He gave us the laws when we were created, Tony. We just don't remember. Okay? He gave us, he kind of, these are the very simple laws. You go out there and you do what you want. You travel from one place to another. You're a nomad. You'll be a human. You'll be another thing. You'll be whatever you want. You'll be energy out there. But you behave to these very simple laws. Okay. You do what you want without interfering with others. You are not special. You're equally beautiful to all my children.
Yeah.
And when you don't respect these three laws, law of not interference, law of balance, law of free will, we have the system in place called karma, which again is not really a law.
Yeah.
That is, you have to understand what you have done. And you
Yeah.
have to stop doing it. That's why I
Yeah.
say, I don't really have an answer if an immature being is out there with a machine gun killing people. Yes, we have to put a physical stop to it. Yes, I
Yeah.
don't have a better answer than that. This
I think
my
there's,
go ahead, Tom.
yeah, I think there's a kind of balance, energy balance play here, where this system, it punishes people for crimes and tries to fix people from the outside. And with money and possessions and, you know, the way the system is, people chase objects, material goods, materialism, capitalism. So they're always chasing what they want. And it's the balance of being selfish and being generous. And there's a balance to be made. But I could think to myself, I want a Rolex, I want a nice car. I'm going to steal money. I'm going to rob and burgle, get money. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to buy that. That's me taking from others. And then the balance of not selfishness and giving is, no, I won't take it. That's the test. I won't take what's not mine. I'll be good. I'll be moral, and I'll help people gradually. I'll be a better person gradually. I won't. I'll see it's wrong, and I'll go with that. I'll follow my heart, follow my instincts, and that's the difference between the takers and the givers. The takers have a lot to learn. They're not there yet. Whereas people that give have learned in a past life maybe that, yeah, that's the wrong road. That don't work. That's suffering. When you take, it always leads to a lot of suffering. And maybe we've seen that in the last previous life. And this is why we are. We give instead. We can't understand. Why are you taking? Why are you abusing your responsibility? Why are you taking me for granted? Why are you, you know? And we just moved on, and they've got to learn that yet. They've got to learn that giving is better than taking. That's in a nutshell.
Yes.
Yeah.
You said something that totally resonate. I mean, most things you say always resonate with me, but you said something about past lives, and I believe it's crystal clear, because if we restart on every life, then it's going to be very difficult. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think there's an intuition in you that is from your past existences that you don't consciously remember, and we have shared this.
Yeah.
I think it's subconsciously or unconsciously. Which are different things, but I don't know which of the two really is. Probably in the unconscious more than the subconscious. And it's a memory, okay? I'm not going to get into that, but it's just, I think it's the past learnings are in your memory, okay? And so you have done some things, and you can bring them to the conscious if you go into your past lives, which I'm sure there are ways to do that. And then you say, well, but I'm not that anymore. I mean, you learn what you have done. Maybe it impresses you a little bit, because yes, there's a very good chance you have done a few misdeeds. Okay. Yeah. You say, wow, I really did that. Yes, but I'm not that anymore. So yes, you have grown. You see, you have grown. So what happens? Someone in this life is killing, abusing, misleading, like Uday Hussein or something. Yes. Hopefully Uday has learned. He's not in this reality anymore. Who knows? Maybe he was, maybe, I don't know where he is. I just know he still exists somewhere. Yeah. And hopefully he has learned what he has done. He cannot go back to repair to the families of the children, of the girls he took and that. No, he cannot. No. That's the concept we need to take out of our minds. This concept of reparation. So I do bad, so I repair, so I'm fine. So I repent, I'm fine. Yes, repent in a way, true repent is the process of learning, okay? It's a process of self-forgiving. It's a process of saying, I truly repent. I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay. Yeah. But truly, not just from the mouth out. Just, whatever. But you know. Yeah. Okay. Inward. Yeah.
My granddad said something to me when he had a stroke. I mentioned it a little while back. And he said, I was 16, 17. And I had my mates to go to the pub, do my own thing, selfish. And he had a stroke. He was sitting indoors. He couldn't get out. He was miserable. And I was running around, and he'd say to me, Tony, come here. Go and get me a beer down the shop. So I'd get him a beer, come back, put it on the table. here, Granddad. And I'd off out again. And then the next day, hey, Tony, I'm busy. And I'm looking back on it, I feel so guilty. I'd go out, and the next day, Tony, oh, I ain't got time, Granddad. I've got to go. I've got to be somewhere. And then a week later, or the next end of the week, he said to me, no, I said to him, I said, oh, Granddad, do you want a beer down the shop? I'll get you a beer. And he sat in his chair on his bed. He sat there and he's just like, and he wouldn't look at me. And he was like, it's my granddad, I love him to pieces. And it hit me like a brick, like a lightning bolt. I said, I'll get you a drink now. And he looked at me, and he looked me straight in the eye, and he said, too many sorries. Sorry's finished. Like that. And I thought, oh my God, I've really done it now. And he wouldn't talk to me. So I went out and he let me stew in it for about a week. And then a week later, I knocked on his door, said, Granddad, you all right? And he had a chat with me about you shouldn't take people for granted, you know. And it was his way of teaching me a lesson. And I never let him down again. Every day I'd get him a beer and I'd make sure he's okay. But he taught me that the hard way. He broke my heart, literally. If he turned his back on me, I was like, oh, I can't deal with this. But yeah, and I learned that way from him teaching me too many sorries. He set a limit, do you know what I mean? He set a limit. Did once, okay. Twice, not good. 3 times. And he was like that for me. He was close. You know, I loved him to pieces. He loved me to pieces. But he was willing to push me away to teach me. You know, that's I call that love. He did that for me. He was willing to separate for my benefit. You know what I mean?
Yes, and so difficult because I don't want what I'm going to say to be taken literally, or I'll try to explain it. But
yeah,
let's assume that was not your granddad. Let's assume that was an acquaintance or a friend.
yeah.
If someone is, and I'm not saying you did wrong, I understand what you were doing there. It's so difficult, especially you were young, and to understand maybe, you know, helping others. So you know, you're when you're young, you're a little bit naive, and you're a little bit, you know, self-centered. That's totally normal and understandable. You always have time for you, but not much time for others. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but let's assume it was a friend, and hey, Tony, and you say, you know what, I'm busy. Then calls you up again. Hey, Tony, you know what? I'm going somewhere. Calls you up. Hey, Tony, sorry. Hey, whatever. I'm busy. That eventually that person is not going to call you anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
And then maybe a year passes and you call them up or you meet them on the street or something and say, what's going on? Why? I say, well, because you push me away in a way.
Yeah.
So that's why it gets very simple. Just try to be your best version of you with everything and everyone.
Exactly.
Not only everyone, everything. Nature, animals, the universe, the creator, which is not necessarily human, okay?
No.
But if you are out there and someone, for example, is serving you a waiter or, you know, someone, always, like you say, thank you, please. Please and thank you, sorry, in that order, of course.
That's it.
And just try not to judge anyone. Just try to send your love to anyone. Just try your best just to be. I know it's hard, and you're gonna fail so many times. You're gonna fail every day, many times.
Yeah.
But just keep at it. It's like going on a bicycle and you fall and you go to the bicycle again and you keep at it and you keep at it and you're gonna get better. Okay.
Yeah.
Of understanding, you just have to be your best with everything, and you're gonna have bad days when you're awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's understandable as well. Okay. Does that mean that when someone is rude to you, when someone doesn't call you back, when someone doesn't respect your time, that's a tough one. I mean, you accept it until you, like I said, you don't have to be a masochist about it. You don't have to look for displeasure,
Punishment.
for interference. You don't have to go look for interference.
Yeah.
So if there's something continuously, for example, a job, that's a simple one. Your boss treats you badly and shouts at you, and go look for another job.
Yeah.
Go look for another job. Oh no, it's because and sometimes I think we complain about things and we don't change them. Okay. So I hate my job and my boss is an asshole. Change jobs.
We have
Don't
choice.
expect to change your boss.
No,
Don't
no,
expect he's going to change for you. Don't
No.
expect that you magically go in the morning and that person is going to change. No, change
Yeah.
jobs.
exactly.
Okay, like I shared this story. I was defrauded. I felt awful things, but then I woke up the next day, and I said, "This person is like someone out there on the street.
Yeah,
Is someone I don't have any relationship, good or bad. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. The
Not my
issue's
concern.
forgotten.
Yeah.
I don't even want the money anymore. I remember telling my wife that I'm done with this. Okay,
That's
I'm
it.
done. And I shared. I think after 2 years, the person called me up and, hey, you want to go for a lunch? And I said, no,
Yeah.
no, I don't feel. I'm sorry to say, but I don't feel like. I kind of made him understand. I don't feel like spending time with you. Okay, because
Yeah.
that will be me interfering. That will be
Yeah.
going back to the memories of,
Yeah.
and that's what you leave behind. Okay,
And you don't feel bad, hard feelings about it. You don't feel
nothing.
anger.
No.
You cut them off.
Believe me, it
Reach
takes
the
a
point.
lot. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm trying with that and with everything. Okay, with everything. I remember we had a private conversation about unmuting people. Remember? And I said,
Yes.
I'm gonna try it. And right now I don't
Yeah.
have anyone muted. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that is because I have to deal with this. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, muting is a good way. It's like what I did with this person. That was muting. Okay.
Yes.
Saying out of my life, and you go your way, and I go mine, and everyone's happy. Yeah, that's
Cross the line.
that's like blocking someone. Like, well,
Yeah.
the next step is actually see that stuff and make it not affect you, because that's dealing with interference.
That's it.
That's accepting interference.
That's progress.
It's like an energy that goes through you, but it doesn't mess with you. So
Yeah.
suddenly that the system, which wants to interfere with us all the time,
That's it.
they throw your bad energy at you, and it goes through you like nothing.
Yes.
Oh, that's not
That's
good.
movement.
They're gonna say.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep saying the winning play, in my opinion, bother about them. Don't hate them.
Don't hate them, no.
Anything. Don't demand justice. Just ignore them.
Yeah.
Accept interference.
Yeah.
But we're truly not affecting you, because if you accept it that you suffer, you're not really accepting it. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. One thing is not being strong in that way. That strong interference, and you're not accepting that. You're resisting.
No.
It.
That's
It has to go through you like nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
That's attaching. That's clinging to it.
That's clinging to it. That's
That's
if something is making you upset, something is making you sad, it's interfering with you. Okay.
Yeah.
It's truly like someone shouting at you out in the street, you idiot, and you're just smiling back. And that person, what? How? You're not upset? No. I'm not taking offense. I know I'm not an idiot. You say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good day. Of course, you're not gonna be forcing the issue of kind of being out there looking for it. That's what I'm trying to say. That there's a difference on that, and that can go back to being a victim and victimizing yourself and lowering yourself. And I just had an episode on gender, and I don't want to be in the gender subject, Tony, but I think I made an effort that to explain that you don't have. I mean, whatever you are, you're beautiful, you're incredible, but you don't have to look for validation of others.
No.
And if that lack of validation creates interference for you, that's on you. That's not interference, okay?
Yeah.
If you say, "Oh, I'm not accepted," who cares? Do you accept yourself? That's enough.
That's it.
That's it. Don't be seeking validation, because then we have a problem. I know what I am. I constantly say I'm a crazy guy. With all the things that I've said of these 200 and something episodes, I'm definitely certifiable. So I don't look for validation out there. I don't care if someone thinks. Honestly, I don't truly care if someone thinks I'm smart, I'm dumb, I'm possessed, I'm controlled, I'm a troll, I'm paid. I wish I was paid for some payment. But you know what I'm trying to say? Nice. It's just, and I'm exposing myself. How could I possibly be upset? I'm exposing myself by showing my face, my voice, and no. Okay. I shared with you privately. I truly feel I need to speak up for me and for everyone listening. Okay. There's a reason behind it. I cannot explain it. Okay. Maybe someone today watched this episode and learned about the law of not interference, and that resonates with you. That you think is true, and there's something there. That's this episode is already paid for in a way. It's already golden. Okay.
It's out there. It's doing its job.
Yes.
We do have a choice. We need to know. We don't have to cling to people or things and try to change them and say, why did he do that to me? Why did she do that to me? It's not good enough. They need to change. No,
No.
just accept that's how they are. That's how they are, and let it that's back. You know,
And go with
no,
feeling, Tony. That will be my suggestion. Because again, I'm not saying you need to keep all relationships, okay?
no,
Because
no.
that will be messed up.
Yeah.
One example, I go back, this person that did this to me, it was impossible for me to keep the relationship. I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
Maybe
No.
someone more advanced than me with, will say, I totally clear this interference and I'm gonna keep the relationship going. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't have to keep all relationships. Okay.
No.
If you invite someone somewhere, if you call someone up 2, 3, 4 times, if someone stoods you up a couple of times, whatever, you decide how much is enough, okay? You
Yeah.
decide, but it has to be the moment you start feeling uncomfortable. When you're
Yeah.
gonna say, I'm gonna call Tony up, but you know what? Tony hasn't
Yeah.
picked up for a while now. He doesn't respond my messages.
Yeah.
I sent him a WhatsApp and I just see the blue check marks, but no response. So
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah.
And suddenly you decide, you know what? I'm gonna leave the ball on his court.
Yeah.
Okay. So when he
You know
calls
the
me back,
limit.
I'm gonna be perfect with it.
Yeah.
If he never calls me back, then he never called
Yeah.
me back. And that's it.
That's it. But it's all your own decisions
Yes.
and your
And
own.
whatever
You,
makes you comfortable. Okay.
yes.
You wanna that's why
Yeah.
at the end, Tony, I always say, enjoy it with family and friends. It's a suggestion. Okay.
Yeah.
I've gotten at least 2 emails of people saying, stop saying that because I want to be alone. Okay, so enjoy it alone. And that's why I
Yeah.
have to add that. And if you want
Oh, I
to,
see.
and if you want to, if that's your thing,
Yeah.
enjoy it alone. Why do I say, and this is the whole purpose of this episode, we are in a human relationship.
Yeah.
I believe this reality is to be enjoyed together. I
Yeah.
don't see myself being alive alone. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a family, I have a wife, I have 2 children, I still have my parents here with me.
Yeah.
My wife's family, which is like my family, they have adopted me in a way. My friends, my worldwide friends, because I'm in the last year since I had the channel, it's amazing. I met you, I met Tony from Mexico, I met Papa Joel, I met Adam, I met Miklos, I met Michelle, and now possibly the Africa thing is gonna take off, and so.
Yeah.
All of
That's
these,
exciting.
my friends, and that's why I say, you see someone in the street, is your brother or sister, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not saying start a relationship, but be open, of being kind and beautiful and empathic and just give your best, your light to everyone. And that's gonna reverberate. Suddenly people are gonna start opening their hearts and all this light is gonna come and it's gonna melt all this darkness. I truly believe that, Tony. I truly believe that's what's happening right now. That's why I say, it might look like the world is going to shed, yes.
Yeah.
But also we're in a beautiful time in humanity because I don't think there has ever been so much light on this world.
Yeah.
We're coming out of the darkness. It's being painful, but we're coming out of the darkness.
I'm going to give you some credit here on your show. You had a chat with me on WhatsApp about, how it was the last few days and last few weeks. And I had a dark cloud over my head of gloom and doom and just life. It was just life getting to me. And I just thought, this world's getting on my nerves. It's too much. And little things were getting on my nerves, little tiny things bugging me. And you just said to me earlier, you had a little chat with WhatsApp, and this just made sense. So I know from first-hand experience that your message and what you say, I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. So if you're pushing this out to the world, and you go to Africa next, and people, they get it here, it's like, snap out of it. You don't have to depend on other people for validation. You don't have to grasp after someone's approval. You can, that's your limit. That's your limit. Stop. Get on with your path. Carry on with your life. Keep doing positive. And, I'm just going to credit you with and appreciate it. Thanks for that, snapping me out of it. Because until you spoke to me today, I was in a slump. I was still in a slump. And it's just a word in the right place that can make you go, yeah, why am I clinging to stuff? Drop it. Let it go. And then you become bright again. So, your stuff works, mate.
Thank you. And no, thank you. I think we all have our good days, but bad days, good weeks, bad weeks, good months, bad months, that way. And I'm not saying that life right now it's easy or something like that. I'm just saying I see a lot of hope that
Yeah.
I mean, I had a chat with Ana from Mexico that was in
Yeah.
Spanish, but there were the subtitles there for
Yeah.
all English viewers to understand. That she mentioned that she's seeing this with her own family, that people are kinder to each other, that people are better to each other. And I also seen this, okay?
Yeah.
And I seen people that they say, I don't want to talk about the negative anymore. I don't care about
Yeah.
the news
I don't.
anymore.
No.
Whatever the governments are saying, like that's interference going through you and truly liberating you,
Yes.
because it's not but resonating in a bad way, because resonation works both ways, good and bad. So if it's going through you and it's passing along, fine, you're free.
You're free.
You're free.
Free.
You've done it. You've done it. And it's just not paying attention, okay?
Yes.
So whatever, that's why it's amazing the amount of things that are going on right now, okay?
Yeah.
But people are just not being attached to that anymore, okay? After people thoroughly clinch to that interference. Now, I think even if they throw something that again is not, it's going to be very, very
Yeah. Get a few.
mild compared to. Sorry?
Yeah. We'll get a few follow, but the majority.
Yes, no, we're not there by no means. We're not there. We're still, it's still, we're only in a line, and if you want to see the line, that's the screen. It doesn't matter where you are. There are no points, no extra points if you are ahead. There's no worry that you're behind.
Ah.
The thing is try to move along the line. That's the only thing. But there's certainly no bragging because I'm so advanced and resonating high and that new age. That's what I disagree with the new age. Oh, I'm so high vibration. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay. Just be your best version of you. You're gonna be fine. You don't need anything. You're gonna be okay. That's why I disagree, and I also disagree, and we share this privately with the ones really over criticizing the new age as totally BS, as fake, as fraud. How do you know? How do you know? Okay. How do you know that it's not something there? So that's why I'm lately the last couple of months and that I stopped really clinging to anything, Tony, because for me it's just being you, just understanding you're a beautiful creation of source, and then you're very lucky to exist here. You need to appreciate that you're extremely lucky to be a citizen of the universe. Okay.
Yeah.
Extremely lucky. You already won the lotteries. You just need to figure it out.
Yeah. Just lift your head a bit. Lift up your head. Smell the coffee.
Yes, and stop looking for validation. And this goes back to the gender and many similar victim culprit episodes I made that I mentioned many times, that stop lowering yourself artificially because you are here, you're beautiful, okay? You are equally to Tony, to me, to everyone, okay? We're equal, but you artificially lower yourself by saying, people don't love me. What do you care? You love yourself, your father loves you, that's the only thing you need, okay? That's the only thing you need. Yes, of course, because the system loves that victim thing. They love it. And they love the for hundreds of years. So what? We cannot go back and change the past. That's the whole purpose of you acting beautifully and the best version of you all the time. So you don't screw up. You don't get to make a mistake and then put liquid paper. Remember liquid paper?
Okay,
let me fix it. No, you made a mistake and it's in stone. You made it. You have to. It's on you. Whatever you do, if you right now you're watching, leave your office, your house, you're in traffic, and you shout to someone, that's on you. And even a thought, Tony, it's on you. Okay, maybe you have a discussion with your boss, and you're out there driving, thinking, I wish this guy will die or something. That's on you. That's that's a thought. That's energy. That's on you. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not upset anymore. So I'm forgiveness. Okay. No.
Let it go.
No. You have to understand how to behave all the time and to control your emotions and to control yourself. So you shout to someone, it's because I'm like that. No. Try to be better next time. Try to be better. Try to control yourself. Okay.
Definitely.
Does it make sense to me or? It makes sense.
Totally does. And sometimes I listen to you with other people, and I hear certain things I'm not quite sure of. And this was one of them: the law of balance and law of interference. I kind of didn't. I thought I knew it, but today you've told me clearly that no, you should accept what others are doing and do good. And it's clicked.
And don't look for no, and don't. I know you're not saying that, but for the one watching, don't expect the equation to be fair. Okay, it's not the point.
It's not,
it's not the point. Oh, I do a lot of things for the world. I help people out there. I give money to charities. Great.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut and keep doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Don't expect. And that's why I kind of disagree with this notion, Tony. Some people say, why didn't God come and kill Uday Hussein when he was raping little girls? It's on him.
Yeah.
It's on him. And I know it's very difficult to understand, but that's not the way it works. Okay. And it's tough. It's tough. It's very tough. But also, if we forget about the negative and the positive, you keep doing good. You are even we tend to look at things physically, just thinking of the world, just thinking, just sending your love. There's this exercise I want everyone to try if possible. Okay. Some people always ask me, what can I do for the channel? Can I help? No worries. Just share the channel like you've been doing, because we have been growing quite nicely, and it has to do, of course, with everyone sharing it. And also try to close your eyes and just see how everything, all the world is lighting up with your light. How is it coming out from your chest, from your heart chakra, heart resonator, and it's coming all to the world. And that's happening in that moment. You are creating through the law of visualization. You're sending your love to the world. So yes, of course, physical things, helping people, that's great. That's great. And for example, Pat from Waking the Future, he's building a garden, and apparently it's quite growing quite nicely, and he's going to share all this food. That's beautiful. If you have that possibility, you have a lot of money, share it as energy. Share it, not only giving it to people, but make this money help others. For example, put up a school or something, help people build a business, go to Africa and build something there that's going to create jobs, and that's money as energy, not only giving it away, a percentage of your earnings, and like
creating good.
Create this flow, but also just you sitting, you listening, just send your light to the world, send your light to the darkness. Okay. I see that every day we're going in the right direction, Tony. Even if it seems that we're not, every day we're going in the right direction. We're very close to this moment that I think the world is going to be full of light, that it's going to have to change. And reality is going to be different. It's going to appear like magic, like a dream. And suddenly we're going to get our gifts back, or gifts of creating through thoughts, or gifts to be able to do physical things that are magic right now. And suddenly we're going to understand, wow, things are not so difficult. We don't need to manufacture everything. We don't need to create energy. We tap into energy. We build things in an instant like that.
I can see it happening.
Yes, but it's going to come with the maturity. Because if that gift is to someone that is not mature, to a Uday Hussein, what's he going to do? He's going to start building Ferraris for him and castles. And, we're going to get those gifts when it's going to be everything for the benefit of the world, not only humans, for the benefit of nature, animals.
Yeah, definitely. But I see
Remember,
myself.
We're going to get what we need, not what we want. Sorry about that. Just...
Yes. Yeah, but quickly, I'll say to myself, see in my own life, when I'm selfish and me, I ain't got time for you. Oh, I'm busy. When I was like that, my life was chaos. It was absolute chaos. And I was arguing with people, fighting this, that, and the other. And when I worked on myself, I realised, I'm doing wrong. That's not good. Don't do that anymore. Don't do that. And I got better in myself. Life's much more peaceful and harmonious because I'm interacting with other people in a more harmonious way. So the system wants you in chaos. So it teaches you to be angry, no manners, no please and thank you. So I think people are fed up with the TV and movies and are saying, no, we don't want that anymore. And gradually they're looking at each other going, yeah, we can do better than that. And it's more respect coming through. So yeah, we're going from chaos to harmony gradually.
Yes, and I believe you can do. I mean, the point is, when you, it's very difficult to attain, but when you are able to go in the out there in a big city, anywhere in the world, and maintain this center of, again, going back to the law of not interference, of all this interference,
Yeah.
even things you don't see, all this EMF is messing with you. And
Sure.
and you get to that point that you stay like that, because I've shared many times, I think monks go to the mountains, to monasteries, exactly to avoid interference. Okay.
Sure.
So let's double down, let's think bigger. Let's be in this reality and truly achieving that, oh, the world is going to shit. No, it's not. Okay. I'm transmuting that. And
That's right.
it's not affecting me. It's you know what I'm trying to say? It's
Yeah.
everything is through optics, okay? Everything is the way I see it. And we start thinking positive all the time. You are creating positive. You
Yeah.
are creating the reality. We are all gonna build this new reality. That's
Yeah.
where I disengage myself from the new age and its aliens or
No.
yes, there's something to that, because the universe is love, basically. It's the only energy in the universe.
Yeah.
I did an episode that is already made, that is coming out after this one, that is 10, 13 minutes only. But
Sure.
it's the only energy in the universe is love. Basically, everything is love. Aliens are love, okay?
Yeah.
The ones that are confused, they are suppressed. But
Yeah.
the ones that are vibrating in love, they are beautiful. But
Yeah.
we are creating, we are responsible for planet
Yes.
Earth, and we are creating this reality. And it's going to be just basically that. Just be the best version of you. Try not to interfere with others. Try to accept their interference. Understand that we're a glitch and we're going to perfection eventually. Okay.
Yeah. And we each do it on our own. We can't,
Yes.
no one can do it for us.
No one. And you cannot be out there. Hey, by the way, you have to respect that. Oh, just share it. Just share it.
Yeah.
And again, you don't change anyone.
No.
The changing process is your own. The growing process is your own. The awakening process is you. This notion that we awaken people through information, through knowledge. I disagree. Am I right? Who knows, to me? I'm certainly liberating myself from that notion, right, wrong. I just share what I feel. That's what I can give you on this show. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't feel the awakening process has anything to do with that. Yes, they're doing whatever.
Yeah.
They can do whatever. They can put. And imagine you being there, not affecting you at all. A huge, you know, whatever they want to say, they can put there, Jesus Christ or something like that. And you're saying, and you understand, and you don't reacting to those things.
Yes. Ignore it. Yeah.
You got it. You got it. You got it. It's on you. Okay.
Yeah.
Tony, I think we are close to the hour time.
Yeah.
So you have anything in closing? Thanks.
No, just a quick quote. Mike Tyson quote.
Okay.
He said, when you evolve, it's an inside job. That's it.
Yes.
To do it.
I disagree with that. That's beautiful. Yes. Yeah. Everything. That's why the first episode I ever made was you, because everything is about you. If you decide to change, not everything is about you in the ego-centered way that I'm the king of the world, and so I can create my own things, so I can destroy the world even through my own free will. No, that's messed up. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything is about you understanding you have the power on you, no one else.
Yeah.
And you can go, believe me, you are beautiful. Okay. You can be incredible if you decide today through your own free will. And if you start respecting these very simple laws, that you're not more than anyone, you're not less than anyone, very important both ways. You are not more than anyone, but you're not less than. Doesn't matter where you're listening from or what you are, what gender, what skin color, doesn't, what knowledge level, doesn't matter. You are all like that. Okay. And it's up to you to decide if you want to be the best version of you, you can. It's I have my trust in humanity. I think humanity wins. Humanity, I think, has already won. We're just going to see it in the future. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. It was a great episode. And thank you for everyone watching. And I just want to clarify, I didn't mention it, but right there in the bottom left of the screen, I'm going to keep mentioning it on the future episodes that I started a Twitter account. Some say it's a better way to reach out. You can send me direct messages. It's Humanity Wins Net, like that, with no point. The user in Twitter. So you can send me direct messages. You can tweet me. That's a public thing, by the way. you tweet me, and I'll try as emails, as comments to eventually respond. Please allow up to 7 days, okay? Because it's getting sometimes tough.
Busy.
Yes, sometimes it gets tough, but I'll keep by my statement. I'm gonna reply. Doesn't matter if you agree with me, you can disagree. If you think you can offend me, try it. I'm gonna reply. I'm not gonna engage. This is the law of interference. If you are in a negative position, I'll respond to you once, and then I'm not gonna respond at all. I'm gonna walk away from the interference, but I need to accept it and I need to respond. So I hope it makes sense.
Great stuff.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Thank
Everyone watching, please stay for the last 3 minutes of the show. Thank you. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new war. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Please be sure to check out our friends from Waking the Future and their awaken-attire.com shop. They gave me my first opportunity to speak about this and I will be forever grateful. Link to their channel and shop on the show notes. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.